Welcome back everyone. So let's now start, let's make this a bit easier for ourselves. So I think what we'll do is we'll split this into these components here. This will make it easy for us. So what we'll do is we'll go in with vert select on and we'll grab all of these parts here. So, and we'll probably actually do these parts first, and that will make it very easy for us. So I'm just going to make sure I've got both of these, and I'm also going to make sure that I'm going to grab the front wheels as well. So let's grab these like so, and all these parts. Oops, not that part. We definitely don't want that part. So okay, like so. There we go. And just grab these bottoms as well. And I'll just make sure I've got everything. So if I press G, pull them out, and I can see that this side here I've not got. And this part here. And again, I'm going to pull them out just to make sure that I've got them. And it looks like I have. So I'll press P, selection, and now grab this part here, hide it, and now I'm free to work on these parts here. Now, we will do the wheel first, because I think we've actually marked all the seams perfectly well on those. So let's grab the wheels, and we'll press U, unwrap. And again, we'll go down and give it the same material. So if we look here, actually, these might not unwrap okay. We don't actually know yet, but pretty much everything else we've already marked seams on and got rid of faces. So the only one, yeah, it could possibly be this. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab everything, because I think we've already done it. Press U for unwrap, go to UV editing, grab everything and make it just much bigger again. And now I can go in and see. So I was struggling to zoom in there, so I'm just going to zoom out, press dot on my number pad, and now I can see. And you can see that there is a little bit of stretching on these, but not that much. So it should be fine. If not, we'll come back and we'll actually redo those. So again, I'm going to press U for unwrap, tab, Control A, rotation and scale, tab once more, U from wrap, and they've just altered very, very slightly. I'm just going to bring them out once more. I'm just going to have a look now and see what they've unwrapped like. And I think actually these are going to be pretty nicely unwrapped already. So U once more, just to put them back in place. Back to modeling, tab, Alt H, and now I can join these with this part here. So Control J. And now if I hide this, I should just be left with this part here. And I can see that for some reason this part here hasn't been done. So I'm going to press Control Z and unjoin those. Click on this wheel. And I'm going to join this, this and this. It's not split. So I'll grab this wheel, part here, P, selection, and grab the wheels then, Control J, and then grab everything again, U. In fact, I'll press tab, Control A, rotation and scale, tab once more, U, unwrap, and now it should unwrap perfectly. I'm sure that will be fine. If you just want to check, go back to, there you go, there's the part there, look. So it looks like it's already unwrapped properly. You can see it's with all the other parts. So that's done correctly now. So tab once more, join it up to this part here, press the H button, and now this is what we're left with. And now what I want to do is I want to split this off away from these parts here. So we can see as well, we may have a problem here where the smoothing is a bit too smooth on this part, but we'll see. So when we, like I said, split them up all into the separate materials, then we can start work smoothing them off correctly. So first of all though, I want to come to these parts, and what I want to do is I want to actually put it on solid, and I want to extrude these parts out because I'd like something like leather on them, something like that. So what I'll do is I will go into face select, and I'm going to grab the faces going round on each of these, like so, and they're just in the middle one, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. Like so, and then I'm going to press Ctrl plus like that, and that's going to grab 3 basically edge loops here. And now I'm going to press is E and enter and come up to my links and put it on individual origins, and now press S, and I just want to bring those out just a little bit. Now you'll see that we do have a problem with them going kind of a weird way. So if we zoom in, look, you can see them overlapping, and we definitely don't want that. So if we come up and we put it on normal, and now we press S and Z, and let's just pull them back a little bit just to make them more rounded on the edges, and you can see now that's what we're actually getting, and they're definitely more round on these parts, and now we can put some nice leather going around these. So now what we need to do is we need to mark seams going around these parts here. So go into vert select, and it might be a bit tedious, but I think at the end of the day it's going to make the build look better. So we can see where we need to grab these is perhaps here and on top here. So we'll do the same now going round. So grab these here and here, and the same just going round all of these. And if you want to know exactly where to, you've got a big space here, just grab the just before there, and then on top as well, like so. Control E, mark seam. And also we're marking seams there because then they're easy to split out from the other material. So let's now do the same on these parts. So just grab them all just before that big face, Control E, mark seam, and now we'll do the same on the top parts. And Control E and mark seams. Okay, so now we want to realistically split this from, well, we'll probably pour it all together, all these parts here. So let's go in now with the vert select on again, and we're just going to grab all of this and all the middle parts as well. Do make sure that you're grabbing the middle parts, and I think this will actually unwrap pretty nice for us. And I'm looking also that this part here might as well grab these inner parts. So let's look at this one and this one here, and we'll split them off. Doesn't matter too much how they're split, to be honest. It's just more a visual cue for you to work with them. So press P, selection, and let's hide this part, and we should be left with this. And we can see straight away that we've not got a seam marked underneath our cylinder. We definitely need a seam under there, so let's click on there, Control E, mark seam, and now we can grab the whole thing, tab, Control A, rotation and scale, tab once more, and let's come down to our material, plus, bring it down, and resolution, and let's put it on material so we can see what we're doing. U, unwrap, and now let's go to our UV editing, and sometimes that happens, believe it or not. So let's grab, yeah, okay, I've grabbed all of this one. Let's just move that out of the way. And I'm not very happy with how that's unwrapped anyway. I think it could be because the ends of it are still on there. Yes, that's what it is. So what we'll do is we'll grab these parts first. We're not going to re-unwrap them. Okay, so this is the I think this is the end. Yes, this is the end. So let's go back to solid, and we can see that the issue is this part here is making it hard for this to unwrap, and we've not got a and look, we've got an edge loop here, but not one in there. So let's first of all delete this seam. So we'll clear seam here, and then we'll mark a seam going around there. So Control E and mark seam. And generally we're just going to tidy this up. So Control E, clear seam, and then we'll put the seam back there so it follows along all the way along. So Control E and mark seam, and then we're going to go around to the other side and also clean that up there. So we can see here we need a seam going here and here. Control E and mark, Control E, mark seam, and then we'll get rid of this one here. In fact, that's the correct one. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's the correct one. So we can actually, these two, clear seam, and is this the correct one again? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. It's coming through there. So we'll mark our seam there and there. So Control E, mark seam. Now let's grab just this and see if it unwraps any better, which it does now. So that's unwrapping perfectly well now. So that was a bit strange. Let's grab everything again and U for unwrap, and there you'll see now everything's wrapping correctly, not the way it was. So now let's put our material on, grab everything, pull it out, and now let's see what we're looking at. We're just making sure that the leather parts are unwrapping correctly, and we can see that we have got a slight problem with the top. I'm just going to go in, put it back on solid, and I'm just looking now if this will be an issue going around. I don't think actually it will be. I don't think it will. Let me just hide this part as well, and I'm just making sure. Yeah, they've got no faces on there, so for now I'm going to leave that, and I think it will be okay. If we have to tweak it a little bit, then we will. So we'll press Tab, Alt H, and we'll join this again with this part here. So Control J, hide, and we're left with this part here. So let's go back into solid now, and we're on the final stretch. So what we'll do is we will do this part first. So I think this will be the easiest part. I'm going to press 7 on my number pad, and I'm going to press Tab, and I'm just going to click on one of these. Then I'm going to press Z, and I'm going to go into wireframe. I'm going to go up to face select. I'm going to press B. I'm going to drag and grab them all. P, selection, Tab, Z, back in solid, and now split that off. So now I can hide this part, and I can work on just this part here. So again, we can see that these two faces here are not correct. We can also see that we may have to mark a seam going down here. Yes, we need to mark a seam underneath. So I'll do that first, and I'll try and follow this seam going all the way along. And let's press Control E and mark seam. And we need another seam marking in there as well, and under here. So Control E, mark seam. And I just want to actually hide these just to see what's going on actually in there. And let me just hide this just for now. And yes, we've got rid of all the faces, so that's nice. So now all I need to do is come in and grab these and delete faces and come in vert mode, and I'm going to Alt Shift click, and I'm just going to deselect the top and bottom faces, right click, bridge edge loops. And did I actually mark the seams? Nope, I'll go back. I'll actually mark the seam before. So I'm going to grab them all again. Whoops. Control E, mark seam, and now just deselect those two bridge edge loops. If it happens like that, all it means is that you just grab the next one to it. Just means you grab the wrong one. It'll make the mesh much cleaner for you. So now we'll do the same on these. Control E, mark seam, top, oops, deselect the top and the bottom, right click, and bridge edge loops. And again, you see it's gone like that. So if I just select that one, deselect that one, right click, bridge edge loops, you can see you've got a very nice mesh there now. Now, hopefully these will be mock seams on the inside. I'm sure we did do that, so we'll give this a try now. So let's, again, Control A, rotation and scale, and now let's grab everything. Let's put it into Material, Plus, bring it down, Resolution, U, Unwrap, and let's go to UV Editing. And everything looks really nice actually there. So if we put this on Material and grab all our meshes, bring it out really large, and you can see that they are really nicely unwrapped. So let's put that back and go back now to Modeling and Tab and Alt H, and let's join this now with this part here that we've already done. So Control J, and let's hide that. And finally we're left with just well, this part and this part. So we'll do this part. Let's first of all grab all this and press Tab, and we'll do this part first. This is the hardest part, and we'll grab it all, hopefully. And it looks like we need to grab the insides and outsides, so let's grab all of these if I can. I'm trying to press my L over it. There we go. Let's just move it out, and yes, that's all come out. So P, selection, hide this, and let's work on this part here. So let's press Tab, and I think what we'll do on this one to make it easy, this is going to be metal, so again, make it as easy as you can for yourself. So first of all, grab these faces on each side, like so, and press Control E and mark seams, and then press Control plus on your number pad, Control E again, mark seams. And I'm looking now to perhaps yeah, I think I'll leave those seams there. That's going to split those up from that. So now we've got this coming in here. So basically I need to go in and mark a seam down there, and we need to mark seams going down each of these like this. So Control E and mark seams. Now when this is unwrapped, it's probably going to unwrap at a funny angle. It's probably going to be a rounded kind of unwrap, and we don't really want that, but we will deal with this as we come to put our material on. So at the moment I'm thinking these will unwrap perfectly well. The last thing I need to unwrap is this handle, of course, and the gear. So I'm going to grab all of these once more, just to put them out of the way so I can actually work. I'm going to hide those, and now I'm going to unwrap this piece. And again, I think I'll leave this actually fully wood on this part. So let's grab this going around here. Zoom in a bit so I can grab it. Control E and mark seam, and we'll mark the seam at the back. This is metal, so we'll just mark both of them just to make sure we've got them. And I think 2 angles on top of there should be enough. So Control E, mark seam. I'm looking underneath, and we don't need this face, so we'll delete that off. And now we'll follow it up. So I want my seam to be the least place where people will see it. So if I grab all this going up, Control E and mark seam, face select the top, Control E, mark seam. And I'm going to save it actually. I haven't saved it in a while, so I'll just save it. And that should be that done now. So now let's vert select again, grab this, hide, and now we're left with our gear. And the easiest way to unwrap gears is just to grab basically each tooth. So grab them. It is a pain, I will be honest. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go up and grab each one of these. I wish they came with UV unwrapped already, but unfortunately they don't. So we're just going to go around and grab each tooth like this. On both sides. So we've done that side, so I'll press Control E and mark C. And you can see I've missed 2 there, so I will grab both of those. And now we'll do the same on the other side. Oops. And I think actually I've clicked this one going around here, so I don't want that going around halfway. I want to keep these actually together. There we go. So Control E, mark seam. So now we just want to mark seams now in each one of these. So just go round and just grab them. I mean, you can do it this way if you want. Just to make it easy. So you're just doing 1 click round the inside, and they should stand out a mile off if you've not got them all. So I'm just gonna kind of just go along and just click in, and then I'll press Control E and mark seam. And I just want to make sure that I've got them all. I can see where I've got them now, so I'm just looking. Okay, and they're going to show up on the UV map anyway if you've not got them all, so don't worry too much about it. Okay, alright, I think that's all those. So Control E, mark seam. So now the easiest way to do the next bit is if you come up to face select, press the C button, make it a little bit smaller, just grab both of these. And the reason why we're doing it just this way is I feel it makes it a little bit quicker. So I'm pressing C just on these, grabbing all these, and if you misclick one, just shift click it. Okay, and just get back round to the start, Control E and mark seam. And then what you're going to do is finally you're going to grab the vert, select, and you're just going to grab each vert like so, and we're going to obviously clear seams on these. We don't want one in the middle, so Control E and clear seams like so. And now all we need to do, we need to put an edge loop going around on each one of these, and it can be on the inside or the outside, makes no difference. But so I'm going to Alt Shift click these going round on all of these like so. And if you just grab the wrong ones, Control Z, oops, and these hopefully should unwrap correctly. So let's press Control E and mark seams, Alt H, bring everything back, and we're left with something like this. Let's press A and add our, Tab, Control A, rotation and scale, and now let's add our material. So arrow button, resolution, U, unwrap, UV editing. Let's go in and make sure. And I'm just wondering what that part is there, but I think it'll be okay. So now I'm going to drag them out, and now I'm going to have a good look around, and I think that part's that bit there. And the gears unwrapped perfectly well, as we can see, and yeah, everything's unwrapped very well. I'm just looking at the top. It's a bit out on the resolution here. Well, not to worry, we can fix that. Okay, so that looks very good. So now press Tab, Alt H, join this part with these, so Control J, and let's press H for hide, and now we're left with just these 2 parts here. So we'll click on this wood, and I'm just going to grab these and split them off, and I'm just going to split them off just to make life easier for myself. So I'm going to press P, oops, I missed one there, look, so P, selection, and then hide those. Okay, so we're left with these. First thing I want to do is I just want to check. So if I grab this, press H for hide. Yeah, those plates have got no bottoms on, which is good. Okay, so I think actually that everything on here is actually marked out perfectly, except this part here. For whatever reason, this wasn't marked out. Let's have a look. So let's double tap A, and I'm looking for, yes, it's got no seam marked in it. So come down to this side and just put one seam in, so mark seam, like so. And now I'm just going down and looking, and these ones here are also marked out actually. Yep, everything looks like it's marked out. So let's grab all of this. Tab, Control A, rotation and scale, tab once more, and material, resolution, and you can see that these two have not unwrapped yet, so let's unwrap. There we go. UV editing, A, S, and now we just check to make sure, and we can see we have a problem here, definitely a problem here, and I'm looking where else we might have a problem, and everything else looks roundabout right, to be honest. It's just literally this part here, so let's fix that part. It's also this part here, look, it's not unwrapped correctly, so let's look what's going on with that. Let's put it back into solid. We can see that the reason is needs a seam marking here, so mark a seam there, and also the bottom flat bit of it also needs a seam just there, so mark seam. So now I've got the flat bit of it all marked out, I've got the edge coming up, and I've got the hole around this edge here marked out. And now if I grab everything once more, let's put it back into material mode, press U, unwrap, grab everything, and now you'll see it's marked out perfectly well. And I'm looking at my bolts as well on this, and let's make it a little bit bigger. And the bolts have also unwrapped very nicely, so everything on there now is unwrapped perfectly well. So I'll press U, unwrap, let's get everything back to modeling, and finally we're on the final bit. So what I'll do is I'll press Alt H, we will join these with these, so Control J, hide this, and we're left with just this part. And if we look, two of them need seams marking, so let's mark this one and this one, Control E, mark seam. So now I've got the edges marked on all of these, and now we can grab them all, tab, Control A, rotation and scale, tab once more, plus, and resolution. And let's now press U, unwrap, and there we go. We know already they're unwrapped because they're very easy to unwrap anyway. So press tab, Alt H, join them up with these, Control J, and now just grab everything with the G, and when you move it, everything should move over. And what you can actually do as a final check, if you really want to, is go to UV editing now, press the tab button, press A, so you've got everything, come over here, press A again, press S, and really drag everything out. And now you can have a good look round and make sure that you've not missed any parts. And that is fully UV unwrapped. Now, I don't really need to have it this big, but it doesn't make any difference. When I come to put my materials on, I need to rescale things anyway. So I'm going to leave mine a bit smaller than that, so I'll put it all back, and then I'll go back to modeling. So now let's double tap the A, press the tab button, and this is what you should end up with. And on the next lesson then, what we'll start doing is bringing in materials, and everything's ready and prepped, and it shouldn't actually take us too long to add our materials now, because actually we've done all the UVs and made sure everything is prepped ready. And this part is really important if you want a great looking model. I'd say it's like perhaps more important even than the modeling. The more time you spend here getting this correct, everything UV unwrapped correctly, the easier you're going to find it down the road. You really don't want to just you know, half do this and then down the road you're having to fix things all the time. You really don't want to do that. So just take the time, make sure this is done correctly. That's in my experience anyway, and of course it's up to you guys what you want to do. Okay everyone, so I'm sure you might not have enjoyed that, but I'll see you on the next one. I'm sure on the next one you'll enjoy putting the textures on. So thanks a lot. I'll see you. Bye bye.